Here's what I know. It's time for you to dream. Let's start dreaming. Because you are perfect. You are possibility and creativity right now in this moment. You're the most amazing creation on the planet. You are ready to regain your mental prop. We're fighting this war for our brain. Your thoughts create your income. Here's what I know. It's time for you to dream again. Let's start dreaming.
Let's start dreaming. Hey, everybody. Good morning.
Let's start dreaming.
Let's get started. Where's my music at?
We're fighting this war. For our brain.
It's time to win the battle. And there we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. Great to see everybody here this morning. Good morning, YouTube. This is part two of Think and Grow Rich, chapter 3 on auto-suggestion. That's the conversation we're having today. Oh, I can still hear the music. Hang on. There we go. It's like, where's that heartbeat? Can I hear my heart beating? What's going on here? All right. So auto-suggestion. So we left off on this book. This is a book I got out of Amazon. Came in a 2-pack series. This along with Science of Getting Rich. And so if it's a black book, right? You can see there it is. Think and Grow Rich. All right, we're on page 109. So I'm going to just recap a little bit. Wisdom and cleverness alone will not attract and retain money except in very few rare instances where the law of averages favors the attraction of money through these sources. So something to write down is Sinaloa. Strength in numbers, law of averages. And that's the thing that we need to take advantage of. It is a law, Sinaloa, strength in numbers, law of averages. So the more you do something, the better you get at it. If you're constantly growing. This too, auto-suggestion is the Sinaloa method. So where failure is experienced, it is the individual, not the method, which has failed. You know, you ever know anybody they say, man, they got a green thumb. They could grow anything. They could grow rocks and dirt. And then there's people who say, I couldn't grow a plant if you held a gun to my head. I just can't do it. It is not the plant that won't grow. It is the person. It is not the method of a plant growing, of a wandering ficus plant or whatever they're called, or a palm plant or an orchid. Orchids will always grow. God has made it that orchids will always grow. Whether you know how to do it, if you pour the water on it and the water touches the leaves, that's probably a good chance the orchid's not going to make it. It is not the method. It is the person using the method. Your ability to use the principle of autosuggestion will depend very largely on your capacity to concentrate upon a given desire until that desire becomes a burning obsession. This is why we need autosuggestion, right? This is why we need autosuggestion. It's exactly. And somebody had said in the comments, for those of you on YouTube, on the Zoom section, and if you want to be part of the Zoom section, go to unlearnme.live, unlearnme.live, and you'll see a page there, actually a page of my website in the top left-hand side. Once you scroll down past a couple of links, you'll see the morning calls. They said, whether you learn it or not, it's still possible. Absolutely. Everything you want is possible. Why? Because you can think about it. I thought I saw, there you are. I thought I saw Jameson in the background there. Everything you think about. So this is about the ability to concentrate. The reason that people say, well, I just can't get excited about it. I don't know how to get excited about it. What do I do to get excited about it? How do I fire myself up? Auto-suggestion. Right now, you have a bunch of lies going on in your head that I'm not good enough. I'm not tall enough. I'm not short enough. I'm not skinny enough, I'm not fat enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not old enough. 1,001 things at least. And autosuggestion will tell you, autosuggestion will share with you, show you, inspire you through repetition. That's the only thing that's kicking your butt right now is the repetition you're currently sitting in. You're going to go do some new things today. You're going to have some fun things today. Some of the things you're going to go do today are repetitive things that operate, and I'm a brain trainer, that operate in your DMN, your default mode network. And they are how you respond to situations. If you get mad today, it's your fault. Doesn't matter what the news says or the paper says or somebody says about you. Do you realize if you think about somebody of your past that you had an argument with and you get a little flustered because I can't remember. I can't believe they said that. You realize they're not in the room, right? You're calling them crazy and you're the one having a conversation with no one in the room getting ticked off. There's no one in the room and you're getting ticked off and you want to call them crazy. That's called auto-suggestion that has primed you for this particular moment. If you know any public speaker, any professional public speaker, they have a priming statement that they say. If you know any professional athlete, they have a priming statement that they say. They have a ritual. What is your ritual for the morning? I'll grab my phone. I didn't get my check your scrolling social media, looking at how wonderful everybody else's life is, and you're saying my life is terrible. That's just programming. It's auto-suggestion. Everything you look at is suggesting something automatically to you. When you begin to carry out the instructions in connection with the 6 steps described in the second chapter, it will be necessary for you to make use of the principle of concentration. See, the idea of sustained thought. Do you realize that a goldfish, according to science and psychology, a goldfish has an attention span of 10 seconds. Research has shown that we have an attention span, you, me, and every other Joe and Tom and Sally and Harry and Bonnie and Connie have an attention span on average of 6 seconds. So when you say, I'm going to focus on it. Oh, by the way, did you know that multitasking affects your immune system? Do you know people who are really busy, constantly doing things, and sometimes they get a little more sicker than others? It's multitasking. The amount of effort it takes inside of the brain to multitask, because you cannot multitask. You can only individually task at one time. And the residual thought process, it's called residual tasking, that exists, carries over about 20 minutes between transitions. It's actually 26 minutes. So if you're working on something and your phone goes bzz, 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 and you pick up your phone and go, or you just become consciously aware, I wonder what that is. That, ladies and gentlemen, is multitasking. That is breaking the auto-suggestion that you are currently in about your current level of success. It's no wonder people struggle. They can't focus. They can't concentrate. Let us here offer suggestions for the effective use of concentration. When you begin to carry out the first 6 steps, which instructs you, fix your own mind on the exact amount of money you want. I was working with somebody just the other day, and they came up with a number. And they were arguing back and forth about the number. Well, I want to be able to get it. I want to be able to do it. If you heard this conversation, I have this number in mind. I know I'm capable of more, but okay, so what's the more number? Give me a number. Give me a number. Give me a number. So if you give me I'd like this. Okay, well, is it going to be that in your bank account? Well, no. So the amount of dialogue that you will have when it comes down to getting serious, getting jiggy with it. Did he just say getting jiggy with it? Yeah. When you decide you're going to get jiggy with your number, you're going to start dancing it. You're going to start romancing it. You're going to start playing with it, talking to it, singing to it, laughing with it, crying with it, working with it, walking with it. Most people are afraid to come up with a number. If I were to ask you right now, 12 months from now, what's your number? Here's what I would see. Your body would flinch back. Your body would flinch back. You'd look away. You don't have a number. 12 months from now, I know you're working on a goal at the end of the year. What's your number 12 months from now? See, here's the thing. Most people don't understand about auto-suggestion. Oh, well, I can only have a 12-month plan. No, every day you should have a 12-month plan. You're working on this one. That's how you absolutely blow by this first year's 12-month plan, is you constantly every day. We're now, Alexa, how many days into the year are we? You should have 246 plans. And you're on the 246th version of your next year's plan. Is it next year coming? People overestimate what they can do in a year. They underestimate what they can do in a decade. Tony Robbins said that. Auto-suggestion makes the underestimating what happens in a decade so very possible. Overestimating is your ego. The reason that people overestimate is because they don't do the first year's work. How many goals have you set? How many year-long, how many 12-month plans have you set? How many 90-day plans have you set? How many 180-day plans have you set? How many 5-year plans have you set? And you've not even come close. Auto-suggestion. I rest my case. Let us here offer some suggestions for the effective use of concentration when you begin to carry out the first of the 6 steps, which instructs you. Fix your mind on the exact amount of money you desire. Hold your thoughts on that amount of money by concentrating or fixation of attention with eyes closed until you can actually see the physical appearance of the money. Now, you may not see the physical. Maybe you know what it looks like to have $500,000 or $1 million. You know what it looks like to have $10,000 in front of you? Have you ever held $10,000 in cash? Just curious. Have you ever held $1,000 in cash? Have you ever held $5,000 in cash? You can multiply that. You can do the stacks. If you've held 5,000, you know what that fits. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. When you have it in $100 bills, right? Bands, what do they call them? Bands, what do the kids call them? I needed a band. Somebody typed in the chat. What are the kids? I say kids. What do you call them? Bands, I need a band. I need a stack. What do you call $1,000? It's a stack? Racks or stacks. Yep. There you go. So you got slick names for them. Why the heck don't you have more of them? You called them something new. You called them slick stacks. That's a great name. Why don't you have more of them? You got all of the lingo and the verbiage and the this, that, and the other. Why don't you got more of them? You got bands? Yeah, bands. You got bands? I need a band. Or I need a band. This nomenclature, let me ask you this. Ladies, because I'm a guy, it sinks in more if I say this. What if I called you a chick? I'm serious. If I call, hey, listen, I got some chicks on my call this morning. What would happen? Tell me what you feel, what you hear, what runs through your mind if I were to call you a chick. Or a skirt. There were some skirts on my call this morning. Type in the chat. What would you feel? Or unmute and say it if it's easier, because I just ticked you off. Playa. I'm asking for the women because here's my point. Do you think
Not okay.
money? Go ahead, say. What is it, Easy?
Not okay to call me a skirt.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Why do you think money's not showing up? Oh,
crap.
Snap. Because of what you're calling it.
Yeah.
You have auto-suggested yourself to make money stand away. And it's not I need some cash. I need some money. Oh, money, the vibration behind it. Imagine if I just, every time I said woman, Louise is this amazing woman. I wasn't disrespectful word. It was the tone with which it was said. And Wallace D. Waddle said it's not about doing certain things, it's about doing things in a certain way. Oh, I have all of these women on my call. All these amazing, powerful, strong women. You'd be like, what the hell is this problem with women? I don't have a problem with women. My body's designed to say it that way. I can't say women with any other emotion other than women.
You
You'd be
know,
like,
it's
this
interesting. I was just speaking with someone who gave me some really a really amazing thought, and that is everything is neutral. It is the definition that you put on it that gives it a positive or a negative. And it was a pretty intense example. Is that the example was take 9/11. 9/11 was a celebration for some and a horrific thing for others. It was neutral. It was the definition that you put to it.
And so what does
This
that
is
mean?
what you're saying right now. This is exactly what you're saying. And
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my gosh.
100%. So this is where we get desire. Could you imagine if you were money? Now imagine you're money. You're not a woman, you're money. Oh, I love money. Money. Oh, I don't have it. I ain't got it. I'll never have it. And you can, and here's the thing. Money can read your mind.
Yeah.
Women can read your mind. Guys, not so much. Because how do we, if a woman flirts with us, and we think, ooh, she really likes me. She couldn't give a rat's butt about you. She's there for ladies' night. What are you, a nut job? Oh no, she really likes me. I could tell. She's just good at what she does. Money can read your mind too. We talk about influence. I want to be of influence. Why not be influence over your own brain? Auto-suggestion.
Wow.
Ask me how I am. Ask me. And then guess what I might say.
How are you, Sean?
Standing.
I love it.
Did you hear Jessica Triage the other day? I thought it was the greatest compliment in history.
Yeah.
Sean, how are you? And don't tell me outstanding. And
Yeah.
because she knew that's the answer she's going to get. My point is that is an auto-suggestion that is wired in.
Yeah.
You bring somebody to the call, one of the things you're going to do is when you want to play around with somebody is if you invite them to the call and say, hey, listen, if Sean ever calls on you, if you raise your hand, he'll call on you. Ask him how he's doing, and I'll give you $1,000 if he doesn't say outstanding. Wouldn't you win every bet?
Absolutely.
Make a boat full of money if you just bet people, listen, I can guess what he's going to say to you. That's auto-suggestion. You can win in life if you know what the hell is going to happen before it's going to happen. That's auto-suggestion. This bewilderment and dazed feeling that people walk around in is because they do not have any control over their brain. They haven't upgraded their hardware. They are still letting somebody else's programming run their hardware, so their software feels like crap. This is all software. And I can tell what version you're operating in based on looking at your software results.
That's exactly what's going through my head.
I know. Thank you for participating.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. It's just always wonderful to get a yeah, like a snap upgrade. Ooh, yes.
Well, it's the same diamond. It's the same diamond. We're just looking at it from a different facet, and the light happens to be hitting those particular points.
Yes, this is awesome. I appreciate you so much.
I love it. Thank you. Thanks
love you.
Fix it until the appearance of the do this at least once a day. What? Once a day? Oh. As you go through these exercises, follow the instructions given in the chapter on faith and see yourself actually in the possession of money. Think of food. Do you have this is my writing, my notes. Think of food. Do you have a certain quality of food or ingredients you put in your body? Yeah, then why not put certain ingredients into your brain? Here's the most significant fact. Ready for the most significant fact? It's probably not in your book. Nobody has probably ever read it who's read Think and Grow Rich and has struggled, because if they struggled, they evidently didn't have this part in their book, because this says, here's the most significant fact. Doesn't say theory, doesn't say wish, want, wonder, fact. The subconscious mind takes any order given it in a spirit of absolute faith. You want to know the most damaging? Do some research in psychology. You want to know the most damaging sentence to the human body, to the human expansion? Drop a D in the chat if you want to know the most damaging sentence. I mean, worse than drugs, the most damaging sentence. The most damaging sentence that can ever be uttered out of somebody's mouth is, I know that already. I already know that. Because it absolutely puts a guillotine to the potential growth of a human being. We all know people who are doing it. Go Google the most damaging sentence to personal growth, to personal success, to personal anything. You ever talk to somebody who's a little unhealthy and they want to eat healthy, and you say, you should eat healthier? Oh, I know that. That is the most damaging sentence that can ever be uttered. Somebody who's poor, who needs to do gratitude blessings every morning. I know that. I did that once. Somebody who needs to journal. I can promise you, tornadoes coming, I'm grabbing my journals. There are ideas in there. There are thoughts in there. And here's the thing about a journal. Here's the thing about a book. When I read my journals from yesterday and a decade ago and 2 decades ago and 3 decades ago, they're all new journals because of the way I wrote them. A lot of the times there's secrets in there that I've written in my own journals that won't be available to me for a decade from now because of where I'm going. They're already 2 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, and they're still not going to be the most valuable secret to me for another decade. Because I knew how to future success myself. Anyways, the subconscious mind takes any orders given to it in the spirit of absolute faith and acts upon those orders, although the orders often have to be presented over and over and over and over and over again through repetition before they are interpreted by the subconscious mind. Would it be fair to say that there's a version of you that is the richest version of you? I want you to just, if you can stop distracting yourself for just a second. Close your eyes, pay attention. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe there's a version of you that's a healthier version if you want to be healthy? Do you believe there's a version of you that's a younger looking version if you want to be younger looking? Do you believe there's a version of you that exists, that has the potential to exist, that's richer, that has more assets, that has less debt? Listen carefully. This is one of those blow the cap off of your mind. If that version of you exists, do you believe that your subconscious knows that as well, has heard that in your dreams, has felt that responsibility and that possibility? I know we say in science, because we can't really understand the subconscious mind. Nobody really understands the subconscious mind. We know it's there. We don't really know how it works because we can't put our finger on it. We can see the brain. We can see the prefrontal cortex. We can see all of the lobes. We can see the anterior cingulate. We can see the amygdala. We can see all of these things, but we can't see the subconscious. We don't even know what consciousness is. Is it possible? I want you to feel this. I want you to just let this settle in for a second. Is it possible that the reason we need to auto-suggest Repetition, 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 over and 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 over. We need to do that to the subconscious because we're trying to find the key to unlock that best version of us. If we are consciously suggesting to our subconscious, consciously, not unconsciously, if we are consciously suggesting better health, it's a new feeling. If you're consciously suggesting you want to become richer, how much rapport does this new frequency of richness have with your brain? We talk about build rapport with people in sales all the time. Build rapport. Can you build rapport? How do you build rapport? Ask rapport building questions. The reason that you struggle is there is no rapport between this rich version of you and the current version that's sitting in your brain. That's why you reject it. I don't want to do that work. It's boring work. I don't want to do that work. It's hard work. I don't want to do that work. It's is it real? You mean it's not worth it? Why don't you ask, instead of is it easy or hard, ask, is it worth it? You want to start to build rapport between this new idea and your current understanding. And the reason you have to auto-suggest it is the same reason you tell a child they're amazing. They're brilliant. Oh, they may run your blood pressure right through the roof every now and then. You don't run around, most parents don't run around saying you're miserable. You're a lazy son of a gun. You're horrible. I don't even know why we had you. Now, there are some families that do that. And they should be taken out to the field, drawn and quartered, and tied to an anthill and covered in honey. Personal opinion. If you lived in a reasonably positive household, you heard on average, Google it, science research shows, in a reasonably positive household, about 117 to 118 to 120,000 times did you hear negative input. In a reasonably positive household, not a super positive household, not a really negative household. And many of us who are working on this path, working in this goal, working in this field, didn't grow up in a definitely reasonably positive household. We grew up in a get your butt kicked household. I giggle when sometimes I'll have conversations with my peers. Did your parents ever spank you? Nope. Beat the hell out of me with a spoon? Yes. But spank? No. Spanks would have been good. Drop an H in the chat if you're laughing, if you know what I'm talking about. So my point is this. Auto-suggestion is one of the keys. And as I got older, as I got bigger, I used to block the spoons and it would break. I felt like I was Kung Fu Joe or whatever. Who was the guy who used to be on Kung Fu. Grasshopper. I thought I was Grasshopper. Anyways, memories. The subconscious mind takes any order given to it in the spirit of absolute faith and acts upon those orders, although the orders often have to be presented over and over and over again through repetition before they are interpreted by the subconscious mind. Following the preceding statement, consider the possibility of playing a perfectly legitimate trick on your subconscious mind by making it believe, because you believe it, that you must have the amount of money you are visualizing, and that underlined, this money is already awaiting your claim. That the subconscious mind must hand it over to your practical plan, must hand over to you practical plans for acquiring the money, which is yours. Any of you ever have a lost piece of luggage? Any of your luggage never make it on the plane? You're standing down there at the roundabout and the thing's going around and you're like, and then people who got on before you are there and people who got on after you, they're there. And all of a sudden you and 3 people are standing there and your luggage didn't make it on the plane. How do you know to go back and get your luggage? Didn't they give it a number? Think about this for a second. Did you know where your luggage went? Did you ever hear the joke about the guy who walks up to the airport, to the ticket counter and says, okay, I want a flight to Seattle, but I want this bag to go to Kentucky, to Louisville, and I want this bag to go to Columbus, and I want that bag to go to Miami. They said, we can't do that. They said, why the hell not? You did it on the last trip. Ha 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 ha. Right? How did you know to go pick up your luggage? How did they know it was your luggage? Because you had the identification number. It was already yours. You just had to go show up. What if you started to see the money you want as you already have the claim ticket? What does the claim ticket say? Your claim ticket is your auto suggestion. Your claim ticket is what you repeatedly say to yourself. That is your claim ticket. And the better you say that claim ticket, the more you know that claim ticket. How many of you know your social security number? For those of you in the States, you know your identification number. Now, some of you may not know it, but most of you probably know it. I know it. Why do I know mine? Because I used to not have my wallet and I used to get pulled over a lot. I would be able to tell it to the officer. I don't have it, but I got my social security number. Is this making sense? You already know the things that are important. How many of you know the address you live at? Somebody wants to mail you listen, I want to mail you a package. I want to mail you a gift. Where do I send it? Geez, I don't know, Skippy. That wouldn't be the case. The money's like the universe is saying, I got everything you want. Where do you want me to send it? Oh, don't worry about it. Let me multitask on that, and I'll come up with 72 addresses for you to give it to. Imagine if you were the universe trying to deliver your package to you. How aggravatingly frustrating would you get? Thank goodness the universe doesn't get pissed off and go, screw you, I ain't sending it to you ever. Does that make sense? Hand over the thought. So I have here underlined meditation. Imagine it's already waiting for you. That's it. That's what meditation does. Here's some other notes. What would be your feeling if you have to have the amount of money you have in your DMP? What feeling would you have to have the amount of money that you have in your DMP? What is your agreement that you wish your subconscious to hand over? What is the agreement that you have with your subconscious to hand over the amount of money you want? It says, do not wait for the plan. It's why it's called a DMP, definite major purpose, not definite major plan. Bonus. Okay, we're going to end it there. This is too good. It's so good. It's so good. And we haven't even gotten to sex transmutation yet. Or mastermind. When you get to the mastermind, you'll kick yourself because you're like, son of a, oh my God, I should have had a mastermind years ago. There's two great times to plant a tree. One, 20 years ago, and the other time, now. Questions, comments, thoughts, takeaways, take with yous. Send some love and prayers to Diane. She's on her way home today from the hospital. And so all things are looking great. And so just send her some love and joy. Good morning, Mr. AJ from Serbia, or wherever you are in that block of the world.
Mr. Worldwide 305.
Mr.
All right,
Worldwide.
Mr. Miyagi. This was good this morning. C'est fantastique. It was very good. I want to share some stuff here.
Cool.
Some big stuff that talking about, desire and faith. Now, auto suggestion. Not going to go into details. The people that are involved will know anyway. The thing we did the other day, and you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you that just days before the incident occurred,
Okay.
I thought about reaching out, setting up a conversation,
Yeah.
and talking about exactly that. Not maybe in that particular scenario, but overall, just working like that.
Okay.
And you wouldn't imagine, but I get a call a couple days later. And then I was thinking about doing some sales stuff again. I want to go back into sales.
Yep.
Got 2 phone calls offering jobs immediately.
Hmm.
Days after I thought about it. And then a funny thing happened yesterday, talking about money and talking about what's your relationship with money.
Hmm.
And what's an average Joe's relationship with money? In this particular scenario, the average Joe is my older brother. So I shoot him up a message. I go, hey, listen, the exchange business I got, I'll sacrifice some of my profits when I have a thing going on, when I have a deal going on. I'll forward that money to you so you can keep the profits and you just give me back the principal. So I can, put some money in your pocket. And he's like, why? And I said, what do you mean why? He's like, well, it's your money. Why would you do that? And I said, because, knucklehead, I don't want you to drive Uber around in the afternoon when in the morning you have your day job. And then in the afternoon you got to go drive an Uber or do 1,000 other things because you're in financial distress now. So I'm going to put some money in your pocket. And then when you talked about this morning, I realized that a lot of people, starting with ourselves here, have a rather not healthy, I don't want to say ill, I want to say not healthy relationship with money. However, this is the first time in a long time when you kind of got close up to the camera and asked us to think of our number. And I did, and it's in the 7 figures. And I, Sean Murphy, did not move around or shake my head or shake my body or whatever. I looked at the screen of my computer because I, I was looking at you, and I said, boom, my number.
That's
Which
why
is
you're in the 1%.
interesting. And that's because of the work we do here. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for this awareness that comes from understanding, that comes from studying what you preach and teach. So
Here's
I'll
here's
get that.
how would you like the collaboration with your brother to be 10x better?
Yes, sir.
Give him one of the books, Think and Grow Rich, Wallace D. Waddles, and say every time you read a chapter, when I scrape some profit, that'll go into your account. Force him to do something. There's got to be a give and take. Nothing is for free. So, hey, listen, all I'm going to do is ask you to read a book. Just a chapter. When we have a conversation about that chapter, because what'll happen is that money will triple in your account. Just a suggestion.
That guy is such a knucklehead. I mean, I'll give him the book.
No, but he's got to read it to get the money. You can give him the first one so he knows that you're committed to it. It's not a test. It's not a quiz, but here's the payment I'm asking for. Why would I do that? Because you're going to read this book. Well, I don't want to read the book. Oh, fine. You have the first round of profit until you let me know when you read the book, the chapter, tell me what it is, and let's have a conversation about it. I'll be happy to do that all day long. Because you want people in your world to have the frequency of you getting, if you win, I win. If you win, I win. If we win together. That's why I show up in the way I am, is because I want you to be in such a winning state that when I leave, the winning doesn't leave you. So I have a frequency. I have generators. I have speakers in the world, right? Not speakers like auditories, speakers like those things you put on the big and huge stadiums. I want to know what you're playing. I want to feel the music you're playing, because if you didn't know it, you're feeling the music everybody's playing around you. And you're trying to focus on this little person playing a violin. And you have these stadium-sized speakers blaring at you. You're not good enough. You're not tall enough. You're not old enough. You're too young. You're too short. You're too tall. You're not the right age. You're not the right race. You're not the right color. And all of those are playing all around you. And you're trying to, I need to focus on my money. You don't even want to listen to your money song. Not you, your brother. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? You're my brother who's making money. You damn well should be giving me money. I'd be worried about that phrase too.
Oh yeah, there's a conversation we had some time ago. Him and I, we were at his place because the missus took the kids out. So we were at his place, and we started talking, and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" Told him about this whole thing. I'm planning this 1 year thing, 5 year thing, 10 year thing. And at one point, as I was passionately explaining what I was gonna do, he said, "Cut the shiitake, you little shiitake, because you don't know what you're talking about." And then I said, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I do know what I'm talking about because whenever you need money, you come up knocking." Ooh. You can imagine how that went.
Yeah, that and a lead balloon and a fart in church. Yep, absolutely.
Yes, sir. So he got hell. I mean, he got extremely aggravated, and I said, "Well, don't get aggravated because I'm not doing that so I can take it up with you later on and kind of stuff it and shove it down your throat. No, I'm doing that because you're my freaking brother, and I want to do that. However, when you come at me saying that I'm full of shiitake just because
Mhm.
I'm younger than you, and then you come knocking when you need money, those two don't mix in my world. So I am gonna help you. I'm definitely gonna do my best to make your life be better because I don't want his kids, because he has two sons now, so I don't want his kids to go through the same things we went through when we grew up.
Right.
Because I mean, we were, you know, I hear all this talk about in the States. I mean, Section 8 and Section 24 and the projects and whatever. You guys know nothing about what poverty is. I mean, do that in a war-torn country with a salary of $400 a month. Okay, those people don't know nothing what they're talking about.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't want your kids to go through the same things that we went through, knucklehead, because you know what happened, and he knows. So then I become aggravated because he's being full of shiitake, and I'm just here wanting to help him. So we went over it, and now he's just kind of he's amazed that I will still do that. I said, of course I'll do that. You're my freaking brother, you freaking idiot. And yeah, that's kind of how we go about it. So
Sure. The key is ask him to start dreaming. Hey, listen, tell me what you want. Tell me what next year. If next year was better, what would it look like? Just start with easy stuff. If next month was better, what would it look like? And if he starts to throw up hands, right? Because he's like, well, listen, I don't know if you remember this, but you helped raise me. You made me this way. So sucks to be you. You helped create this beast that is sitting in front of you right now. That's what happens when you're my older brother. Sorry, that this is you helped build this. Probably because you didn't want stuff like that happened to you to happen to me. So I'm here to say thank you.
yeah,
And I've also been tasked, my mentor, you know, that guy in the States, right? He tasked me, I have to go help somebody who's probably some of the most important people in my life. So there's 3 people, make him feel he's part of a group, not singled out. There's 3 people that I said I would go have a conversation with to figure out how do I get better at helping those who are most important to me, who see me a certain way, who are having struggles seeing me in a new way. How do I help them step into their best way? And so I've been tasked with that. So we've got to have this conversation. I mean, I need your help with this conversation. And then because you don't want them fighting you want them fighting me. I will always use the find the common enemy. And that's the next thing when you're in sales, find the common enemy. So I find the common enemy of you no time or no money. It's not me telling you, listen, you and I both know you ain't got no money. You're an idiot. You should be doing this. That's probably not going to work. I need to find the common enemy. Hey, listen, what's something in the last 30 days you wanted to get for your kids that your current bank account will let you get? That's the enemy now. If I could help you get that in the next 30 days, how would you feel? Good. What would you do for it? Anything. Then we should get started. Well, what are we going to do? You just said you'd do anything. What you're telling me is that you only want to do things that are comfortable to you. Is it comfortable or uncomfortable that you can get the thing for the kids? Uncomfortable. So do you want to do more uncomfortable so you can finally get comfortable, or do you want to keep doing uncomfortable so you stay uncomfortable? Just let me know which. I'm okay with either. When you start, you said the other day, you're starting to read between their lines. The next phase of this is when you start to ask the question that they're between the lines is saying, I hope you ask it to me. Please ask me the question I'm hoping you ask me. I'm trying to give you the secrets of how to ask me the question about my laziness, about my lack of education, about my inability to see things through, my discipline, my skill set. I hope you are hearing that I need help with that, but I ain't never going to say I need help with that. And I don't need you to tell me what to do. I need to buy that you can help me. Don't sell me that I'm weak or lazy or this, that, or the other. Give me a chance to buy my dreams back. And that's all our conversations do. Would you like to buy your dreams back in this lifetime and not the next one? I'm the baby of my family. When they see me on a 30-acre ranch with sheep, my brother send me notes going, you really did it, didn't you? Said, I couldn't do it if it wasn't for you. Well, I had nothing to do with it. Are you kidding? You're called my brother. You're the ones that would aggravate me. So I have you to thank for it. Not so much, but yes, pissed me off when they stole money from me. Okay, I'm going to go do my own thing. But I have them to thank me to thank for it. Whether it was positive or negative, I have them to thank for it. And I'm thankful for it. Do I carry a grudge? What are you, nuts? My mother used to beat me when I was little. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. You crafted it. You helped me become who I am. Now, the question is are you who you want to be? That's up to you. And that's what autosuggestion changes like that. 30 decades of misery and pain and suffering can be changed in 30 days. I'd take that investment. So congratulations for doing the work. Doesn't it? It's cool.
I feel for you. I did not know the story till you told me at the ranch. And I feel for you because there's a slightly larger age difference between us. So the age gap is 8 years. And at one point, he actually told me, this was maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
We were driving around town and we started talking, and he told me that sometimes he feels like he's in despair because he should be the one helping me because I'm the baby brother, not him. And it's the other way around. I give him money all the time. And he feels embarrassed about that. So the shame loop kicks in hard, baby.
Well, it never leaves. It never leaves.
Yeah.
We're just turning up the volume every time he's got to ask.
Yeah. And I mean, talk about reading in between the lines, because that's it right there.
Yep.
And then I told him, well, we're going to make something out of it. And he was like, oh, okay. So eventually he kind of gave up on this ego thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're on good terms now
Mm-hmm.
in terms of him believing in me. And I said that's all I need from you.
What's the problem with belief? For most people, it's temporary.
Yeah.
Until something stronger comes along. So if anybody has belief in themselves, that's about as strong as a flexible straw. It's going to bend over. It's going to collapse. We have to make it about somebody else. So make it about his boys. You want to get a dad to really, they'll go to battle. They'll go to war. They'll die. Make it about his kids. And don't make it about him that he's a shitty dad. Make it about him saying, hey, listen, if I called your kids tomorrow, what would they say about you? My mentor asked me that question. I don't have kids. You don't have kids. I know, but he said, if you had kids, And God willing, there'll be a day when you have kids and you will introduce them to me, my mentor said. One of the questions he's going to ask when they're of a logical age is, so tell me about your dad. What's the story you want them to say? Talk about firing me up, piss me off, because I can feel you right now saying, okay, yeah, all right, you want to play that, Skippy? What are your kids going to say when I say, hey, listen, tell me about your dad? Because I got a story to tell you. I want to hear yours first.
That's gonna be an interesting conversation because he takes a lot of stuff pretty much personal.
Mm-hmm. And that's
I
okay.
will, yeah, I will honestly,
Blame
I will
me.
have
Now,
to,
now
yeah.
the first way you throw it out to him is, hey, listen, man, I got smacked today. What happened? I think you know that I don't have kids. Yeah. And my mentor, who knows me for the last 5 years, knows I don't have kids. Yeah. You know what he asked me today? Asshole. You know what he asked me? The day I get to meet your son or your daughter, I'm going to ask them the question when they're of logical age, when they're of cognizant age. So tell me about your dad. What do you love most about your dad? You want to talk about putting everything I had in a blender? Could you imagine being asked that? I mean, he asked me that on a live call. And just let that stew in his mind. Don't attack him with it, because that'll be an attack. Let you be the one who attacked. Well, what'd you say? What'd you say? Because now he's going to wonder, am I going to say the same thing?
Yeah.
Listen, I can go fishing with the best of them. I can hook you and you don't even know you're on the hook. It's called psychology. It's called human nature. When you understand human nature, if you're in the conversation, you can't not be emotionally in the conversation. There's a sports team you like. Did you ever talk about when they trade players on sports teams and get mad about it or excited about it? I don't do sports, so I don't know. But I hear there's people going, oh my God, I can't believe they traded them. They gave away our first 3 draft picks for that schmuck. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But people get excited about things they have no control over. Just a thought. How do you get them to be totally engaged in the conversation? And the way they get totally engaged is that you didn't threaten them with their life. But you show that your life is threatened and they stand behind you. They go, I got your back. So what'd they say? What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd he say? What'd you say? What'd you say? What they're wanting to do is they want to learn the script for themselves because they've never been asked that question.
It's always just a thought with you. Always just a thought with you, man. You don't, I'm kidding. Hey, listen, do me a favor, will you?
Yeah.
Just follow up on the message I sent you so we can arrange a time for the thing.
Okay.
Alrighty. Love you.
I will. All right. Yeah. After this call is fine. But yes, whenever I think if that's what we're talking about, but yes, just give me a time. And if you need 30 minutes or whatever, then yeah, well, so you want to do the top of the next hour? Is that good?
Sure. Yeah.
Just if it is, great. Then yeah, an hour from now.
Alrighty.
Awesome. Love it.
Love you.
Thank you, man. Anyone else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways, take with yous, lessons you are learning, ahas you are having, or oh shiitakes you are taking away.
Good morning.
Good morning, Selena. By the way, Selena is she's setting up a new school account. You're going to want to pay attention to it because the content that's going to be in there about you becoming a better holistic human to yourself is going to be phenomenal. Now everybody's got that earwig. Go ahead. Good morning, Selena.
Thank you for that. So I know that when we sleep, our brain detoxes and it sorts memories.
Yes.
But I was curious, you as a brain trainer, like what do you know about the process of what happens with the subconscious mind as we sleep? Like if you wake up in the middle of the night with like a thought of something, where is that thought coming from? Were you repeating that in your mind unconsciously as you were sleeping? Or like, do you know anything about that?
Yes. What would you like to know?
What you know about it?
Well, what I know,
So-
what I know about it could sink ships. What would you like to know?
I would like to know some type of information that I can use to, I guess, navigate my mind in a way that's beneficial for changing identity and stepping up into the next level of life.
Awesome. It's called intention. So the way the brain works, at night when you go to sleep, everything that's happened in the day has been tossed into short-term memory. Some of the stuff has already been lost in short-term memory. The fact is it never gets lost. Everything you've ever said, everything you've ever done is stored in your brain. That which you repeat on a regular basis becomes permanent. So everything, I could have a conversation with you, bring a friend in from grade school, and you could talk. Do you remember Mrs. Miller? No. Remember we were sitting here, I used to sit behind you in that class and I poke you all the time and they go, oh my God, I haven't thought about that in years. It's in your brain. So
Yeah.
What you thought about, so when you go to sleep at night and the brain starts to compress and it starts to push the spinal fluid down to detox the brain, right? It literally, that's the Kundalini effect. You know about the Kundalini effect where we send fluid up into it to actually put pressure on the pineal gland to break the calcium that's around it.
Yeah.
The brain needs space and time to detox. Most people never get into the deep sleep, slow wave sleep, so that the brain can detox.
Yeah.
If you know how to sleep, you can get there faster. Now, back to thoughts. Everything, imagine that everything during the day you wrote down on a piece of paper and threw it in your car, a sheet of paper. And you had this thought, the dog, the sheet, the blob, the this, the food, the program, the school, and your car fills up with all these papers. And you park it in the garage at night and you go to sleep. Your brain goes out and has to file all those pieces of paper. A lot of times our brain is in storytelling mode. So when you have a dream that wakes you up, a couple of things. One, maybe you had to go pee and that's the dream that your brain knew how to wake you up because otherwise you'd have peed the bed. If it's a consistent time, if it's around 3:45 a.m., there's a reason spiritually, holistically, environmentally why you wake up at that time. Our brain is doing things at that time that we will wake up and have this spiritual connection with the universe based upon downloads that we're having. The thought that you're having probably isn't the thought that it looks like in the brain. It's the interpretation that your brain has, and that's the story it played. So you would have the feeling that you need to be focused on, not the fact that it's telling you. So when I have visions of my childhood come up when I'm talking to you, it's not the vision of my child. Oh, so did you get hit with a wooden spoon? No. Did you ever feel that you were threatened by something that was easily breakable, yet you never found a way to break it? That would be my interpretation of when my mom raised a spoon to me, kiddingly, laughingly, or intentionally. So it's when you look at the thing that you're being told about, there's always a feeling behind it. Yes?
Yeah.
Don't look at the fact, look at the feeling. Because that's the way your brain is working with you and talking to you, is it's wanting to give you the feeling. So the only way it can do that is by putting an image up on the wall, AKA your subconscious, bring it to your conscious mind and say, here's a feeling I want you to pay attention to. What does that feeling need to teach you? What is the message that feeling is giving you? Oh my gosh, this is this. And then you now have to connect the dots. The only way we can connect the dots is by going backwards. And there was something happened during the day that feeling, that image showed up. So it created a feeling so you can have a message, so you can create a plan. Now, here's the big challenge. That plan could either be positive or negative. Could either be totally beneficial or totally damaging, which is why we have to set the intention before we go to bed. So I'll ask you this. When you went to bed last night, did you ask the 3 questions? Maybe not.
No.
Yeah, that's why you're starting to have this, because you're focusing. You did something yesterday you've never done. You started to open your school and you're starting writing the descriptions like crazy. I don't know. Right? So your brain's going, stop that. You are losing. I'm losing control. So it gave you this thing that might have scared you. Now that I'm feeling it, did this feeling that you had might scare you a little bit?
Yeah, it was like regret and fear.
Oh, wow. So regret and fear, you started to set up your school account so that you could take care of you and live your dreams. That's literally where it came from. That's the feeling. That's the download. I was just told. Well, of course she had that feeling because she didn't say this was a good thing. She's like, I don't know what I'm doing. So the universe showed up and go, let me give you a dream. You really don't know what you're doing. You're a dumbass. So
Or just like the overprotection that you've either picked up on or programmed into yourself
yeah.
that is protecting you from your dreams and what you're supposed to do. So it's very counterproductive.
So here's a new training program that here's the thing. Everybody's going to pay you for your experience. You just had an experience that 99% of the population experience when they want to go for their dreams. Yes.
Yeah.
Because you didn't set your intention. So here's your holistic approach. Listen, here's the holistic approach to setting your dreams. Once you set it, you got to set the intention to keep it. Because I did this. Listen, it was a month ago. It was a decade ago when I started my school account. School may be outdated by the time you're telling the story again. When I opened my school account, how many of you are old enough to remember a phone on the wall, right? You're going to be saying, how many of you ever had a school account? Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
that's like a decade ago, right? So I open up my school account. My mentor tells me, go get your school account today, right now, go do it, get it done. I'm like, ugh. And I was struggling. I'm like, what do I say? How do I do? What do I do? Oh my God, it's becoming real. And then I go to sleep and I have this most horrific dream because I didn't set my intention that my school account was good for me and good for others. I just left it open to the air, kind of left it as an open. I gave somebody a blank check for my success and they wrote a damn bad check.
Yeah. Or you leave it open to your like insecure, fearful inner child.
Exactly. You have a bank vault that's filled with millions of dollars and you left it unlocked last night.
Yeah.
And somebody went in and drew smiley faces over all the money and made it worthless. Right? So that's where this comes from. Now you're looking at it going, oh my gosh, that's right. And the answer is right there because we're so close to it. We're so emotionally tied to our old story. Our old story is going, God, don't ask that question. Did you hesitate in asking the question?
No, because I knew I had to.
Okay, so that's why it's going to come fighting for you today. It's going, man, I lost control. Son of a God. This guy comes in, he shows up, she does this, she does the unbelievable. She goes all in, she's all in, she's all in, she's all in. She talks to another guy who says, go all in. She goes all in. She's listening to everybody but us. What the hell is going on? Right?
Yeah.
And you're doing it massively faster than anything you've ever done before. In 24 hours, you went from no thing to everything. And so now you're sitting in total nothing.
Yeah.
And in the nothing is uncertainty. And your brain is going, okay, let's figure this out. Well, that was a stupid move. Let's have a crazy midnight dream. So what do you got to say? What do you say? What do you say to it all? And I love that. Say it. And
I love that. I love that. I really do love that.
Do you see how she's protecting the chordal part of the cord, right?
Wait.
The brain stem. Well, that's her just saying, you can kiss my ass. I ain't doing this.
Oh gosh. And the 3 questions, what are they? Remember them.
What did I do well?
Okay.
What might I have done a little better?
Mm-hmm.
What talent, skill, or resource do I need to come into my life tomorrow? Because if you don't ask that, the gremlins run loose and the nuts run the insane asylum. You're going to have dreams. Listen, you could ask AJ. I've never asked him this question, but I'm pretty sure I understand the brain. You're going to have dreams about things you haven't dreamt about in forever until you decide to control your brain.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know this because I went through this. This isn't me saying, well, I read. No, I didn't read about this. Everything I'm teaching you, I experienced. People say, so where did you study psychology? Where would you study psychology? In college. Ask me if I went to college. Did you go to college? No. It's all real world experience. It's why I have a different take on it. It's why when I study psychology and I go listen to psychologists and I listen to brain specialists, I'm like, well, of course that makes sense. I've been doing that.
Yeah.
One of the things you'll find is as you enter into your path and then you become a conscious competent,
Mm-hmm.
you'll say, "Oh my God, I'm on the right path. This is so cool. I thought I needed more support. I'm on the right path." Now, it took me a couple of decades because I didn't know I could get help in this field. No, there was nobody I could talk to. I didn't have a mentor. I had my
Yeah.
dad, greatest mentor who ever taught me everything that I know, ask me questions that would tick me the hell off. And you're like, as soon as I knew he was stuttering, that's how he gets your brain to pay attention because you're like, oh, what the hell's coming now? That was his pattern. Let me ask you this. You're like, oh, son of a, I don't even. Yeah, go ahead. What would happen if? I don't know, Dad. Maybe that. Do you think that might be something worth finding out? Yes. Okay. When you're like, oh, what, when do you want the answer? Yeah. What, when do you think the answer would be good? So what I become is I become your defense attorney.
I like that.
And I become your defense attorney to ask the criminal called your old story the questions that I know they can't answer. That's why I'm good at what I do. I have done this criminal defense. I have done this protection for all of my plaintiffs who say, I want to be successful. And the prosecution says, I've got all of this history. You're a loser. I'm like, we're not here for the past. We're here for the future. Oh, well, that's unfair. Objection, Your Honor. Objection. Why would you want to object the future? Because I have no control over it. Okay. That's why this is going to be a short court case. But you don't have the right defense attorney, and you're sitting there defending your past, and the prosecution's like, this is easy. This is a slam dunk. You're doing life. You're doing life in misery. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. And all you know so far in your life is to defend your past instead of standing up and defending your future.
That's why when you stand up in a court of law, aka your mind, and they say, tell me your vision, the judge says, listen, I want to hear what her future looks like. And I say, well, great, let's put her on the stand. You know why they don't put the plaintiffs on the stand? Because they don't have a clear vision of what they want. So I put you on the stand. Go ahead, tell them what you want, Celine. Tell them what you want. Tell them what you want. Oh, yes, we're going to win the case. I want to have a lot of money, and I want to look good, and I want to be taking care of people. I want to take care of a lot of people. Great, you can take care of a lot of people being in misery, the prosecution says. But I don't want to be in misery. Well, that's not what you told me. And the judge says, this case is postponed until further notice. And he looks at me and he says, you need to prepare your witness better. How many of you are hearing reams of conversation in that? I love what I get to do. Yeah, baby. It makes totally different sense now than it did last week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does.
Because now we can talk shop.
Yeah.
And AJ, I promise you, if AJ's listening, and I'm pretty sure he is just laughing his butt off. He's like, oh, I get to witness. Oh, it's good. Oh, yeah, go for it. Go get her, stick her. He knows how the fight's going.
I'm enjoying myself because I'm not taking the punches for once. I'm wearing Kevlar, baby. I'm out there. I don't care. I'm just sending coffee. I don't care.
And this is the fun part. This is what happens as you build a community of mentees. This is why Napoleon Hill said they have to be of the same quality. When you bring one on, you got to bring them all on, and they all got to decide to work with each other. Because Selena's in a total different world than AJ. But I promise you, their worlds are the same in mine. And if they're the same in mine, they're the same in theirs, because this energy comes from here that way and that way this way. So therefore, it's a combination, and there needs to be a vibrational harmony of wanting more for others. AJ wants more for his brother. You want more for your mom, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle. we all want more. And if I can maintain the state of what does more look like for you, then we can always have a conversation. Doesn't matter what we're doing. What does more look like? Not strategy, it's state.
Yeah.
So, what's your next question? Or did that help?
No, that was my question, and that was
Okay.
very helpful. And
Okay,
I
good.
think the being very intentional and consistent with what I think and do before bed is important. I am not so consistent with that, but I know the times that I am. Usually I wake up smiling. Like it's kind of crazy, and I really enjoy that. So I can only imagine if I were to do that every single night for the rest of my life.
So, remember what we talked about? I guess it was yesterday. It seems like a week ago already. When you wake up smiling, that's about you. Wake up smiling because of all of the smiles you saw in the lives of people who are part of your community.
Yeah. But do you remember I had asked you
Okay.
maybe last week
Okay.
about selfish versus selfless? Because I asked a question about that, because this has been in my mind for a long time. And you said something along the lines of, like, as long as, like, what you do for yourself is not selfish because it then, like, overflows into other people. It was something along those lines.
Yes. So it's
Um,
selfish versus self-full.
okay. Yeah. That's what you said.
So you just built a school community.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't launched it to everybody yet. When you launch it, do you plan on benefiting from it?
Yeah.
So if you only benefit from it, that's selfish. If you
Mm-hmm.
plan on benefiting from it and giving more to everybody who's in there, because I think that's your ultimate goal, is to constantly give, that's self-full. See, when you give of yourself, there's more for you to receive. The challenge with most people and money is there's no place for the money to show up because they're filled with such venom and hate and anger and frustration and aggravation. Money's got no room. Money is sitting as close as your skin, and it's
Mm-hmm.
got no room until you give away space energetically, give away
Mm-hmm.
thoughts and conversations in a loving manner. That's the only frequency it can be replaced with. You know why people get more aggravation? It's because they gave up aggravation. They didn't give joy. You can't get, it's called karma. What you give out comes back. Oh, they're assholes. Guess what? You're going to find more assholes in the world. It's just that quick.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to be curious. I'm curious. How many of the trees have you thanked if you walked by?
Um, Intentionally none, but I've been like touching them with love.
Okay. So literally say thank you. Go rest your, if you're there close enough to the walk, go rest your hand on their trunk. Now you're in
Mhm.
Miami, there could be red ants, but so be careful. But rest your hand on the trunk and see who's got a message for me. Next time you touch a leaf, say who's got a message for me.
Yeah.
Because they're totally connected. Talk about grounded. They're pretty grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Ask who's got a message for me. And now you'll start to have conversations that have nothing to do with any of your fears. These trees, these energies, these leaves, these cellular communications that have access to the total universe are going to give you insights and ahas and little triggers and little moments and flickers of energy that you won't have time to worry about the past. They are keeping you in the future. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hug some trees today.
Yeah. I listen, I go out all the time, and I'll get a nudge, and the first thing I look for is whose tree am I standing near? And sometimes the tree's across the property, because when I look at it, it's like, oh, here. It's literally their branches are waving it. At least that's what I see. And there's no wind, and their leaves are going, woo! And then I'll walk over there and go, what you got, Skippy? Tell me something about somebody, about it's their tree. They'll tell me something about themselves. I try to avoid AJ's tree because it wants to teach me Serbian. I'm like, I don't speak that language. I love it. You good?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're great. Love it, love it, love it. Anyone else? Last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways, take with yous. Today's Friday, isn't it? Sweet Jesus. August 29th of 2025. What the heck? It's going quick, baby. So you want to delay your success because time is moving fast. So you got plenty of time. Delay your success. That'd be my. Any last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? All righty, Aphrodite. Dubby's in here sleeping. Good morning, Dubby. All right, everybody. I love you tons. I'm your head brain training. Go to Serbia. Did you just?
I hope you have a great day, Sean.
Oh my gosh. Where did you come from? Oh my gosh. How sexy is that picture? Jumping Jesus. Good Lord, my love.
Oh, I just wanted to tell you to have a great day.
No, you ain't getting off that easy.
All right.
OG. Guess who showed up the other day? I don't know.
Huh.
Jessica Trias.
Aw.
Yes. She showed up, and here's what she said. And I die laughing. She said this. Oh, Sean, Sean, how are you? And don't tell me outstanding.
Oh my goodness.
I laughed so hard. How are you, my love?
I'm good.
So there's OGs, and then there's the OG of OGs. And Daniela is one of the OGs of OGs. So, Joy.
How is everything?
I can't believe he's good. He's 8 years in 8th grade.
I know.
Sweet Jesus. I'm still the president of his fan club. I was going to type that, but people went, what the hell are you talking about? How is you?
I'm good. I'm good. A little sick, but I'm good.
Okay.
Just a minor cold.
Yeah, well,
doesn't,
to get you to focus on something.
Right.
Right.
Now it's actually, if you don't let your body rest, your body will make you rest kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
You see this shirt? Check this out.
I know. That's the first thing I saw. That's awesome. That's the first thing I saw.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
So
well, I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you. Please come back so I can interview you on amazing whatness and whereness and
oh yeah.
We need to hear from you. You're needed. You're on my thoughts all the time. Because I send you are you getting my text messages?
I am.
Okay, good. Just checking because I'm like, I don't want to keep sending it because somebody's going to wind up sending the police here.
No.
Okay, good. Just checking. I love you. Love you. Michelle
I love you.
Mason loves you.
I love you all.
Okay. All right. Have some fun. So we're going to do tomorrow morning. Now, I don't know what you're doing tomorrow morning, but it's 8 a.m., so 9 a.m. for you. But
I will show up.
All right. I love you.
Right. Love you too. Bye.
Snap your head brain training, brain scrambling misfit. I'll see y'all where?
The next event.
The next event. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. We love you. And the queen of, we got to do Lydia. How about some Lydias? I'm so excited. I forgot to say.
Peace be with us all.
Peace be
with us.
And the queen of helping your friends come back and show up in sexy black and white pictures. Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss Lee.
Boss Lee, baby.
Good girl. And a little white fluffy.
Gurgly.
All right, everybody, go have some fun. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. We're going to talk about something. We're going to have some fun. Love you. See y'all then.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you,
Love you all. Hi,
family.
Danny.
Thank you,
Love
Sean.
you all.
Peace,
Love you
guys.
all. Bye for now.
See ya.